Hi guys, welcome to the next episode of Oxygen Not Included with me, Murphy. Last time we were here, we were trying to sort out the optimization of this sleek wheat farm, which I'm slowly now depleting. As I have created this section so far, everybody, or all the red tags on all these are basically down to they're not marked for harvest and they're ready to drop. So they will drop, they will strop their seeds, and then the dupe will come along and plant them again. So that means that the dupes are only visiting each of these planters once, and that's basically to plant the actual seed. I am getting a few strange warnings because of the toasty surroundings as with this one. And it's really strange how I'm getting them. So I'm getting a couple down here and up here, so it's really strange. If you look at the overview here, you can see that this is -10. Absolite is -10, so that's not going to be allowing any temperature to pass through, as it were, from the other side. So I don't know, because it's what's really going on, but I'm working on it. So the idea now is to extend this out and start building it up as I dismantle this whole section here. This is working quite well. I can't remember how many plants I've actually got here, but my seeds have increased quite dramatically over the last number of cycles. I think we've gone through another 30 plus cycles since the last episode, just so I can test things out. One thing I have come to realise that sometimes we need to actually specify certain jobs. So I'm going to be putting my best cooks on the jobs to cook constantly, because that way I will have hopefully producing enough food to last each day. Without, okay, so David is down. Let's knock those. Hang on. Yeah, sweep and deliver. Yeah. No, actually, do you know what? You are just going to be a cook for the time being. These guys aren't anywhere near, so I'm going to have to use a couple of these. So, Bubbles, you can be a cook as well. And Cataline, you can be a cook as well. So I'm going to have 3 dedicated cooks, so that whatever happens, we are producing some food. So it'd be interesting to see how much those 3 guys can actually produce in one day, because if we look at calories, so at the moment we are minus 5,000-ish, but now we're starting to produce. So we'll have a look at that a bit later to see how well these 3 maintain the food for all 30 odd dupes. So we've basically, as I say, we've got this all sorted out, ready to continually expand, and we have been exploring. I found another coal biome up here that was a lot bigger than I expected. So this is where it goes cold, and then it's a case of I've never seen a mixture of phosphorus with coal and iron and all the rest of it in a coal biome before. So all this is, it looked to me like a totally new biome to start with, because we have got a lot of chlorine gas in here. I don't see any bleachstone, but yeah, that was really interesting to find that. We're slowly investigating this from the top down, because we have expanded from over here. Let me just zoom out slightly so you can see what's going on. So we expanded from that point here because I didn't want to let too much water drop down, because my dupes were extremely busy in mopping up this lot down here. I've kind of started building a layout for the new energy system, but we'll come back to that shortly. But if we zoom out a lot further and we look at the whole map now, so that's the bottom, and if I go up, so that's twice again, so there's still a lot of space there for us to investigate and look for stuff. So if we go onto the thermal map, which shows us basically what's going on, we've got a lot of cold biomes up here again. So that's going to be interesting. So it should work out alright, I think, because that is a lot of cold biomes compared to what I've seen other people with. So I've got loads of places for sleep wheat farms, and I don't need to worry about the fact they've taken so many weezeworts and popped them in here to just maintain this farm. So we are going to really concentrate on this section here. So I'm going to increase this priority of all this lot. Do the floor first. Okay, and we'll get a couple more in. And we can talk through what the plan is here. So very similar to the other area, we are, well, I'm looking at actually dripping the output from the what you call it, the natural gas geysers. Let me go into plumbing so you can actually see. That might work. Okay, so you can see where the outlet is for the the outlet for the carbon dioxide, and then you have the pipette, as it were, in between the two intakes and outtakes. So it's basically here. So what I'm trying to do is have that drop down onto some gas permeable tiles, so that it'll pool either side and then drip off as a way of cooling. I'm hoping that that will work quite well. I've got 17 batteries along here at the moment for that to drip onto to cool. So I should be able to get another couple of batteries in the middle here and do the same sort of principle, so that it drops onto a gas permeable tile, then onto a mesh tile. So we'll see how that goes. You may have noticed that we have a lot of colourful gases down here. I was pumping this out and we hit a little snag with one of our units. So this one over here, we got an over pressurized error. So I've pumped more in and it created this lovely bubble. So it's a case of I need to, I mean, that's 7 kilos of water there. If you look at these, you're talking grams of water. So if I put too much more in there, that's just going to clog up totally. So that's kind of forced my hand in trying to get this up and running, so I can actually start reducing that gas pressure in there, so I can deal with this. That's kind of what's really has forced my hand. And if we look at the electrics, so at the moment I'm just putting in heavy watt wire, joining everything up. We will have it going down this side as well, but that's only after I have rerouted this single wire for this one here. I love that. It's going straight through that water, only landing down here. Okay, so that's what they've got to get on with. So I'll leave them to do that, and we will. How far are we into our cycle? We are a quarter of the way into our day. So let's have a look at the reports. Are we right? So we are only producing half the calories so far that we need for the day. Actually, no, apology. Yeah, we've moved 12,000. We've produced 8, so we have a surplus of 5. So maybe if I put another dupe in as a cook. So let's see who else we've got. Well, actually, 13, 13, 12, 14, 14. Still the highest. Okay, Murphy and that. So let's chuck in our other 14th. So this one here is good all round by the looks of things. Ren. He's the one that keeps getting himself caught in places, so he can go and cook as well. And let's have a look at the priority on these. Yeah, they're down to 5, so we should realistically have no problems now. I don't know about you, but I've been having all sorts of fun and games with these. That doesn't add up. Having fun and games with these refrigerators on this gauge to say how full they are. So if you click on it or hover over it, says storing 99 of 100 kilograms. You go inside, you look at all. It's got no mush bars, okay. You've got no meat, okay. No bristle berries, okay. It's got some 13 kilos of frost buns, okay. No meal lice, no muckroot, no field rations, no lice loaf. Okay, we've got 13 kilos in there, but it's still storing nearly 100%. Same with this one, 11 kilos. And what have we got in here? 81 kilos. Okay, so that's getting closer, but it's still not accurate. Oh, we got nothing in that one, and it's saying it's full. So if I take that, do that. Oh look, it's a totally empty fridge. It's not nothing in there yet. It's still full. So if you've got that same frustration, I am there with you. Yes, it's not good at all. Alright, so what have we got to look at? Hang on, let's just dip back down here, see how well they're getting on, because that... okay, they're going to take a couple of cycles to do that for us, so we'll leave them to it. And we need to ensure... Right, what I'm also doing is I'm starting to strip mine the area, so that I want to try and just open up the whole area so there's nothing sat there. So this is what I'm starting to do here, because I really want to, let me just zoom this out, get things ready to start extending this dorm so that we've got a bigger base. Now if we look at our oxygen overview, no, not power grid, oxygen, no, what am I looking for? Oxygen. We can see how we have got a lot of good clean oxygen here. And that's primarily because what this thing over here is doing is pumping it in, and I've got half the base blocked off, so it's then pressurised. And if we go to the gas, it'll pressurise the top, so all this lot is pressurised, and then the bottom of the base is where the doors open, which then allows the gas out. But the sleeping quarters are always fully pressurised with nice clean air. Everything horrible drops down. So I'm thinking that if I can recreate this, because obviously I will be removing this out of the way, so that a lot of this natural gas will get processed down this end, so we don't actually have to have the pipes piping it around everywhere. We can then look to extending the base out over here a bit more. But what we'll also have to do is remove this heavy watts wire down the centre here, and I also want to remove it from there, because if you look at the overview for oops, that's because I've done that. Let me just zoom back out again. If you look at the overview for the whole area, the only area that is suitably decored is the main base. None of the work areas are, but that's primarily because the work areas are constantly redeveloping, and they're through routes. So a lot of this area here is so red because of the heavy watt wire, and that's what will happen down here. But my hope is that we can actually mitigate that by putting a load of art down here, so that the dupes will not necessarily need to go down here for anything. And that's the idea, is to try and keep them away from areas that they don't need to go into. So that's what my plan is for that. And as we go up, what's causing that? Oh, it's stuff on the floor, that's why. So basically we have so much to get done. Now that's something else I spotted. We have got so many natural gas steam geysers here, a steam geyser here, there's another one in here somewhere. I spotted another one over here, and then if we go to our natural gas, we seem to have an abundant supply of that. So we've got these two on top of what we've already got, and I think I saw some evidence of another one somewhere else. I can't remember where it was now, but we have got plenty, and I mean plenty, of natural gas to keep us busy. So I'm going to actually, what's going on with this thing here? So this has only got grams of water. Dear me. Yeah, that's a true point. I opened up this section here, and I wasn't watching, and I had this full of water. Came down, went over, broke these tiles, flooded this area, and knocked off all my pumps. So that wasn't good for a while, because I lost this whole these circuits here, so I wasn't producing oxygen for a while. So that all went down here. I've actually got some dupes just mopping this level up. Poor Josh, he's working really hard, mainly because I don't want the water level to go beyond this at this moment in time, because I was hoping to open this up as a overflow from here, but what it's turning into be, now I've broken through here, I don't want anything to come down here and affect this coal biome at this moment in time. So that's what's going on with that. Actually, nothing's going into that, that's fine. We've got so much carbon dioxide, it's unbelievable. So it happens we have so many dupes. Now, I haven't checked vitals for a while. So, Murphy, you are needing a bit of TLC. Ellie, you're needing a bit of TLC. Oops. Do that. Ren, you must be too hot near those ovens. Abe. And who else? Josh. Okay, so we've got, who have we got there that's 89. You can go in there. Lyra, whatever your name is. Can't pronounce it. Right, okay, so at least that will keep things up. Stress. What is going on with stress? Why is Maria and Harold so stressed? Where are you? Right, where are you? Come on, Maria and Harold. Right. Come on. You're going to bed now. What about Maria? Okay, so you're just getting in. Oh dear. That is something else that's really doing my head in. I'm constantly getting melted ice. I can only presume flooding the area. Yeah. Actually, there's still that residue of this one that fell. Where is it? Come on. That one there just opened up and just dropped down. I was planning to try and take it and drop it into here, but it just gave way too soon. So all that's flooded still. I can't do anything about that at the moment. I suppose what I can do is actually stop it extending out. Yeah, it'd have to have a door there. It's the only way I can do it. One of those doors. I don't want to do that. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to deconstruct. Am I? Do you know, I'm going to leave it for a time being. Yeah, I'm going to just leave it for a short spell and see how it gets on. Right, so we've had yesterday a complete cycle on food being produced with 4 cooks. So let's have a quick scan. So calories generated 53,000 and removed 34, so we had a surplus of 18,000. Okay, so we didn't need to have 4 cooks. So let's just go back onto jobs. So Ren's a 14. Catalina's a 13, David's a 17, and Bubbles. Okay, so who was the one that was more? Where are you? Right, Ren. You can come back out and get on with other bits and bobs. You are a very useful individual. Let's see how they get on with that today. Now, stress, that's still... Everybody is stressed because they've been going down and working in a horrible area. So too much of this area is full of polluted oxygen, and they really don't like it, and let alone working in an area where they're having to hold their breath, so they haven't even completed that. Okay. What's going on in here? So all this lot is self-seeded. It's perfect. Let's have a look at what seeds we've got. 17,000 sleet wheat seeds. Wow. That is amazing. Let's copy those and do that. And once we get, we can actually deconstruct all. No, cancel that. Deconstruct. We'll do those, take out a few at a time. That one, that one, that one, and that one. That one can go. And that one can go. One, that can go. That can go. Okay, so they can get on busy removing all that lot as well, which will help. I removed the pipes a while ago, that's why these are all saying no liquid intake. That makes things easier. And also I put a insulated tile here to stop things falling down into this area, because what I realised was this water was overflowing down and then into here, and because of this algae deodorized, because it was the temperature of that, ice that was dropped here was then melting, dropping down, and then just going all the way down here, which was a pain to say the least. So they have, yeah, they've been really very busy. Okay, so that's the end of another cycle, and let's quickly have a look at our reports for food. So we've had 48,000 and we've only taken out 33 now. 31.9. Okay, but we had 4 dupes, so maybe we just leave it running again now for another whole cycle and see how that occurs. And we have got a good proportion of this area planned out already, or produced as it were, and we need so much more going on in here. Right, okay. So what's that guy's like Murphy? You're probably well enough now. You don't need to be on there. That's the other thing, that you put someone in the rejuvenator after a couple of cycles of being in there, they actually it gets closed, as in they get kicked off. I mean, like this one here, they must have really passed the requirements for it. Let's take you off as well. Okay, so do we have anyone that's so Lindsay? Let's chuck Lindsay on. Let's chuck Mike over here. And we've got Joshua, who's been doing so much mopping. Do we have anybody else? Rowan. Rowan. Right. That should sort that lot out. So why have I polluted dirt? I mean, seriously? Get rid of that. I tell you, the way these dupes drop stuff is really doing my head in. And that's kind of one of the other reasons why I'm looking to try and extend the whole areas and oxygen production. So with having all the power down here and a supply of clean water, my idea is to produce a load of oxygen filtration systems down here to then say, right, okay, from this point up, so from here up, we have full oxygenized area. So this lovely blue and not polluted oxygen. So not this greeny horrible polluted oxygen, but clear blue like that. That's my plan. But you know what they say, best laid plans of mice and men. Right, I think it's time we start increasing the priority on some of this other work. Primarily just so that dupes will actually start actioning it from two sides of the base. That's the idea anyway. Stress 25 is not too bad. Where is Toby's thief? Is that Toby on there? Yeah, he's getting de-stressed, that's fine. So at least they're all working, they're not too full at the moment. How are our vitals doing for these guys here? Let's just so we've got Josh and we have got Mike. So Josh, David, Nikki, but you know what? They can come off and go back to work. I think it's a case of that's enough recuperating. And Lindsay, you can go as well, back to work. But your sick note days are over. That's it, right, okay. So just in time for them to go to bed. Right, so we should have had, go to reports. So there we go, we've had 3 dupes running today, and we've created 38,000 calories, and we've consumed 32. So we've had a gain of just short of 5,000 calories, which is good. It means we can potentially reduce one of those dupes to get on with more work, and we will still be producing a significant quantity of our required food. Now, David is our fastest cook at 17, and Catalina is at 15. I'm going to bring back Bubbles. She is an athletic. So yeah, let's bring her back into the fold. Yeah, I'll do. So that and what priority is this slot on? That's a 5, still perfect. So at least we can see how much we can produce with 2 very well trained dupes. Now, where are we going with everything else? We extended there, so right. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Weezeworts in here. Now, I think this would work out a really, really good place to actually build. Possibly. It's only -19. Yeah, it might work actually quite well as a farm, this, because there's a large quantity of indigenous rock and various materials that are actually really cold already, and we could probably do quite a bit in there. So that's actually, he's coming down here. So actually, let's pop that in. And we're going to go all the way down. I think we are. I think we'll dig out that way actually. And then he's there. You can get down, so that's fine. So that opens that up. Okay. won't do too much there, otherwise he will get himself caught, which will not be fun. And what have we got going on up here? How far have they got? So we can extend that ladder up further. Rest my shift. And what's going on this side? So again, we can extend up. So this is, wow, minus 50 odd. Grief, that is cold. I mean, that's interesting, because as far as getting chlorine gas, chlorine liquid, which is sodium hypochlorite, at a lot warmer temperature than that, yet that is showing as pure gas. So, okay, that's interesting. We'll see what else we can do. So he's going to get a little too close to that water, I think. So that's going to all, and they've already released some. Yeah, that's about right. Let's go and mop that up in a moment. And yeah, I'm going to have to mop that up because I'm going to have to do something to capture all that water, because I really don't want that coming down and breaking everything again. And that water probably could do with coming out of there. Right. Okay. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 31 batteries for 10 natural gas generators. So we're going to have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. So I think we need at least 3 rows of batteries. So what we're having here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. So yeah, I think we needed 3 at least to control or to keep on top of all that power that's going to be coming out of there. Wow, that is a lot of energy. Actually, that's priority, yes. So we can now actually increase the priority of here and there. Right, so that's another day over. Let's quickly look at yesterday's report for food. So we produced 23,600, which was 10,000 less. So, do you know what? That's absolutely fine. I can live with that for a while, and that will actually work quite well, because we'll be able to maintain the activities of the dupes for a more consistent period. Although stress is getting high again. We need to get that sorted. Who have we got on here? It was Harold, wasn't it? Where's Harold? 38%. So you're getting Crossman. Wonder what the level of his expectations. Yeah, he's jumped up to Decor 50. So now everywhere he goes is actually going to get stress him out, which is not good. Which means I've got a lot of work to do. Right, what's going on here? That can go now. No, what am I doing? Cancel. That's nearly all harvested, so we can rip all of that lot out then, which will work quite well. Let's actually deconstruct that one actually, because that is not an issue anymore. Yeah, okay, so we've got 17,000 sleep week grains. That's immense. That's absolutely immense. How are we doing for... I've just thought, I've not thought about algae for a while. So that's not doing too bad. That's waiting for slime. Okay. Right. Now I've put those pictures in just to try and improve decor in this area, and it's not really making much difference. So we've got a decor of around 10, 50. What is it? I think it's the carrot that's actually giving off. Yeah, the sleetweed's 90. So it's the sleetweed that's actually improving the decor in this whole area. So unless I revisit this sort of arrangement and actually extend the height between rows of plants, I'm not really going to get anything or any improvement on the decor in here. So I think I just need to give that up for a bad what's this, invalid construction. Oh, that's right. Give it up for a time being. Right. So we have got our polluted oxygen coming out of there. So we're going to need to get that into here. So I think maybe what we should try and do is actually get the plumbing sorted out instead of jumping onto there. Hope that that one maintains the momentum that we need. Oh. Can I get away with one, I wonder? Do you know what? It's not really going to do as much harm, to be perfectly honest. So, let me think about that. Because I need to get a load of heavy watt wire over here so that we can actually remove all this lot here and get that on its own circuits from this new system. And we also need to sort out a way. Yeah, let me just zoom out a bit actually. If we're using this as our new level, as it were, down here, I wonder actually what's going on with the decor there. Is it go through? Oops, decor. Right. So these, that's good. That is actually. I wasn't expecting the mesh tiles to prevent the decor issue from spreading. So see how we've got minus 226. That's mainly from the debris. That tile is actually shielding it, which is really good. Which means we can do a similar sort of effect that we've done above by enclosing a lot of this off once we've got our system fully integrated, which is good to see. And if we got any copper, then we should be able to yeah, we should be able to add decor to it, but we don't have a great deal of it. See if I can, let's see where it is. I'm sure it was only in the very first. Yeah, the copper was only available in the very first biome that you were actually operating, so none of these other biomes actually have copper in, which is a bit of a pain. Okay, so if I set those to 9. Oops, priority. Yeah, that's to 9, that's to 9. And what's this one? Right, this one's completed, so maybe what I should do is actually sort out that water to go somewhere else first and drop it on top of here so it's not a problem for me. So I think I'll do that. So we'll take this out. Do that. Then we've got a solution for it to drop down. Yeah. Because then I can just dig up a bit higher, then dig out and take out top to bottom, and it will actually, yeah, that'll work fine. Let's just dig that a bit higher. That's fine. so we've got another cold biome over here. Sandstone's in there, or weezeworts, and I've got more problems with water. Okay. Might have to change the direction of this ladder. Let's leave it on 5. And let's just chuck it over here, just so that will fall out, and then we can jump back on it again there. That should work okay. And so we're going to take that up there. When they're there, they can take out 2, but we're going to come down. Actually, not too close to that, I think. See what the priority is. Yeah, that's right. We'll come across here, actually, thinking about it. And take out this sort of level here, and then just take out these 2 tiles and let it just drip down. And then we can go back and carry on over there, which should work. Should. We're opening up that enough, so that actually, let's take it out a bit more, actually. It's 2. Okay, so that should be okay. Just hope that this little puff doesn't get caught in the water as it comes down, because he's too useful, these little puffs. Right, so where's that? Oh, there it is. Right, okay, so there's me natural or my steam geyser. I wonder what the temperature is in this area. Has it actually cooled off? Oh no. 42 degrees. I mean, that's 31, 28, 29, 26. The further you go up, oh, that's all cold there as well. Alright, okay, that's in a cold biome as well, which is oh, that's what we were looking at before. Yeah, getting confused where I was actually up to. Yeah, we'll see how we can do. Right, let's come down here and see what our guys have been up to elsewhere. We could do pumping some more water in, so let's turn him on. We've still got someone mopping here, just keeping on top of that. That's quite amusing that that's still going ahead. I'm not taking him away at the moment because he's doing a grand job. What have I got water here from? Why have I got water? No idea. And oh, hang on. No. Oh. No idea whatsoever. Okay, so they got themselves stuck along there now. So let's just put in a ladder for them to open that up, and we can dig those out, and then just take out the next level down as well. Yeah, okay. So what about what's going on below here? Any issues I can see? Nope, just one. One toasty environment sat right next to a weezewort. Okay, that doesn't make sense at all. And we've completed that section. Let's increase that priority now. And we'll be ready to start cooking on gas, I think, on those. But I do need to sort out the gas output for that, so that we don't have any further issues on it. What's our seeds doing? 17,500. Wow. Food 145. That is, oh dear, that is going really well. One thing I also want to do is start having a pump down here, because at the moment I'm using an air scrubber to it doesn't seem to be working. Why are you not working? Why are you not working? Because there's no carbon dioxide down there. Yeah, I'm toying with the idea of getting a pump down here to start filtering out all the chlorine gas into another one of these, but I need to rip all this lot out to start with so I can get the filtration working properly, so that it can actually be segregated effectively. Or what I'll do is I will utilize some of this space below here for that. So I'm going to have a load of segregation going on down here. I could just work in with that, I think. Bring the pipes down. Yeah, it should work. So, alright, so we're going to need to get another 2 rows of batteries in. And we're going to need, first of all, mirror this one below here. So let's just do that now. So we're 3, aren't we? So 1, 2, 3, yeah, which is there. And then take that all the way across. Come on. Yeah, there we go. We'll have to deconstruct that as well, because I think we'll yeah, we'll have the ladder there, so that ladder can come out. Buildings, so those can go, and we'll then have, actually I want gas permeable, don't I? So where that is there, we're going to have, is it that one? Yeah. Let's knock those out. And those 2. And that one. And that one. I think. So let's do that. So 2. So theoretically, the level above will have gas permeable tiles here, which will then force it to the mesh tiles, which will be directly above those ones. And I've done that wrong, haven't I? Let's take that one out. Mesh tile there, gas permeable there, and 2 there, which is what I want. And I want 2 there, 1 there, and that is a mesh. Okay, that's fine. And we're going to need, so if that's gas, below it's going to be mesh. That's fine. So we can deconstruct that. And they can come down and get on with that as well. We'll add our priority for that lot. Get that all ready, which is fine. Excellent. Soon be ready to get that up and running. Right. We can also now get rid of a large number of these old ones. Right. And we can deconstruct them all. Take out these as well while we're at it, so that yeah, so that we can actually actually, do you know, I can take those out as well. I'll have to work a way of getting that one out. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that'll be so good once they're all out. It's been frustrating me, that has, for so long, because I've not had the dupes to actually go and do it. I mean, I don't even know whether a good yield is sorry, an excellent yield is worth it. I mean, if you look at the amount of visits we have, I'll go onto the planter, there we go. So, 1 visit for 25 sleep weeks. 8 to 10 visits for 50, and the only difference there you're getting for those 8 to 10 visits on a excellent is you're actually pumping water in there, so you're actually using more commodities. So I don't think that I don't think anything other than a standard yield is worthwhile at all with sleep weeds. I certainly won't be using or trying to achieve anything better than that at this moment in time. I mean, I've had excellent yields out of there when I've had water pumping in, and then that only lasted for a short time because it just overheated the whole lot. But then, yeah, it's just not worth it. Just not worth it. Right, so where are we at? Still doing okay there. We've got, let me just zoom out. We've got that's all complete, and we're just doing our next run here. We're going to have to move all these out, which is a pain. Actually, do you know what? Why don't I just have a load of storage boxes on the edges? Yeah, I'll do that. That's fine. Cancel that one. Yeah, so if I have storage boxes on the edges here, they're not going to be anywhere that I actually want to put anything, but they will, if I put them in the right place, prioritize all this actually, but they will help get rid of these and all the unnecessaries with that. Right. Okay, so they're going to build those. Actually, I can put them over this side as well. Yeah. Not all of these are actually full, so realistically we should be able to get a lot of this lot cleared away and out of the way in that sense. So what are they doing? Alright, so that's good. Oh, mind you, they're picking up a load of gold amalgam from down here, which is oh, that's what I need to do. I need to set up a field for growing thimbleweeds. Okay, right, let's just leave them for the time. Actually, no, I'm going to put in the batteries while I'm thinking about it, because we actually are just mirroring what's currently above. Actually, I can't put one there yet. Oops, let's move that up so I can actually see where it's going. Let's do that. And heavy watt wire. Yeah, leave it like that. Prioritize that lot as well. And what we're going to put in these, so what have we got? We've got no seeds, we've got no liquefiable, we don't want clothing, we don't want industrial ingredients. Everything else is fine, yeah. Copy settings. Chuck that on there. And it's sweep only as well, so let's deconstruct all those. No, careful. Buildings. That would help. That's still going mad. How many seeds are there now? 245. That always seems to get an excellent yield, which is really good. Okay, so what else we need to get sorted? We can get on with that. Anything that's just staring us in the face that we've missed. We've got rations, 588 calories. Okay. They won't. I'm not sure whether they'll actually pick it up from there. So let's just sweep that. Are they? Yeah, they're only leaving one down here these days by the looks of things. So that's working quite well. I'm not giving this little hatch any food whatsoever, so I need to sort that out. Food decay. Oh my goodness me. Just when I thought that they were actually removing the food from where they were cooking, it turns out they weren't. That's just typical. Oh my goodness, what's gone on here? That's a bit of a stream. Have I missed something? Probably have. Okay, so they're ready. So let's just actually dig now. Yeah. I take out that. Maybe not done that as well as I'd hoped. I put in actually a ladder. That'll work a lot better. A lot better. And I can dig out the sides as well. Cancel those. And dig. 9. There we go. So that'll be fine. As long as the ladder, yeah, that's okay. Perfect. What's going on up here? So past that. So that's a huge area of just that's such a funny colour algae. Okay. Let's take you up. Oh, we're at the top. We're at the top. So let's just come out. So that is neutronium as well. So there we go. We've got to the top of our area. Right, so how far up does it go before? No, that's strange. What does it do at the bottom? Oh, so slow. Oh, that goes down as well. So they must have the ability to extend this out quite substantially. But at least we can see now everything we've got to play with. Well, he says everything. We've got to get over here and over here sorted as well now. What's going on here? So they've got down to there. So they're working their way up. I'm going to put a ladder actually outside. And where are we ladder? There we go. Priority 9. Just take that up. So we'll let that water down eventually. And then we can actually, I've got another ice biome here as well, flipping heck. Where can I let that water out safely? Okay, I don't know whether I can, so let's dig out there. And we'll put in a ladder. So that should all just drop down into this section. And that into, let me dig out that one as well. So there. And there, so that should work its way into that and then into the other section, and we'll see what we've got to the right of that. Okay. And Natural gas. Either that's someone with flatulence, or there's another natural gas somewhere. Generator, and I think it's someone with flatulence, if I'm honest. Yeah, okay. That's good. Right. Okay, so I think we'll leave it, call it a day for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you've liked what you've seen, hit the subscribe to see more, and until next time, that's Murphy out.